Conversation locked. Hi, darling. Greetings, darling. I'm telling you, this, oh, there we go. We'll be okay. So, welcome to the Power to Lead with Naima Singletary. I'm here every weekday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Paris time. I don't know how long I'll keep saying that. I'm always thinking about the people who may be hearing me for the first time. Normally I'm able to put it like this. Orientation is locked. I don't know why. Sometimes it lets me go that way sometimes. So, obviously I'm here on the treadmill. Today's topic is easy money versus hard money. And I made a whole week of talking about wealth consciousness because it all fits, it all matters, and I wanted to have a concentrated, designated week to really talk about these. So if you have not looked at the shows for the remainder of this week, or for even not only tomorrow and today, but for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I talked about everything from the Lexus mindset versus the Honda mindset. Yesterday I talked about the 100K client and how to secure $100,000 clients. On Monday, I can't remember what I talked about on Monday, but this week is all about wealth consciousness for Melanin Messengers. Monday was about stop rejecting white money. Stop rejecting white money. And that's one of those things where either you relate to that or you don't, right? It's because not all Melanin Messengers struggle with that, but I know many who do. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to handle this. All right, I think it might. So pardon me if it shakes while we do this. So easy money versus hard money. First of all, what I know now that I didn't know when I came into let me put this here, or else you won't be able to hear me well. What I know now, just forgive this, okay? So here's what I'm going to ask of you. That you be mindful that I'm a woman who's committed to multiple things that are equally important, okay? I'm committed to my fitness and feeling good in my body and flexibility and strength in my body. And I'm committed to being here with you. They're equally important to me. Therefore, and I work out better in the morning. Like I'm a mess in the evening when it comes to following through. So because I know myself and because I have these commitments, I've decided that even if I have to do the show on the treadmill, some days during the week, I'm going to do that. And so I expect that you are also, here, maybe I can do that. I expect that you are also a woman who is ambitious. You got goals that compete for your time and your attention and your income, and that you find a way to make it work. So before I go into today's content, I want to share, this just came to me, just saying this right now, this just came to me. Remember Diana Nyad, that woman that was like 70 years old and she swam? She wasn't 70, she was like 60 something. And she swam from Cuba to Florida, remember? And the news, everybody went crazy. She was interviewed by Oprah. She had all these researchers who didn't trust or who just really wanted to confirm that she did something so outrageous. They, checked everything. They checked the video that she had of, because she had camera following her swimming from Cuba to Florida. Take that in. She swam at 60 something years old from Cuba to Florida. And I remember when she went on the Oprah Winfrey Show, you can even go to YouTube right now and look for the video to see Oprah interviewing her. And you can even find videos of her during her crusade swimming. And Oprah was like, who are you? Oh my God. You're 60, whatever, like 3 years old, and you swam? How did you do that? She was just so amazed. Oprah Winfrey was. And, they showed clips of the video where on her path, listen at this. This is an analogy. This is for you. Listen to this, okay? Listen to this. You are birthing something extraordinary. You are doing work, possibly, that's in direct opposition to the status quo. Restoring the power of blackness that is in direct opposition to the status quo. You are transforming the medical world. You are transforming women's relationship with their bodies, having women be sovereign in their bodies. You are having women come into their femininity, their womanhood, their courage, their being whole and being in happy marriages. I mean, like, these are some of the areas that I know women who I work with are dealing in. So that's why I'm giving these as examples. So you are doing revolutionary work that is directly confronting centuries of wrongness, centuries of patriarchy, centuries of oppression and ugliness. And so when Oprah said to Diana Nyad, "Who are you? You were able to do this." And Diana Nyad had videos of her being stung by stingrays. And along her path, she had her team. Team. Take that. You need to be catching what I'm saying. Because, see, in the story is the wisdom, okay? She had a team. She had literally the whole trip from Cuba to Florida. She had boats of nurses, doctors, people who were helping her keep time. She had her partner on a boat with her who would call her over every so half hour or so, feed her spoonfuls of peanut butter and salt and other things that she needed to be well during this massive trip, the same massive trip that you're on. And so she got stung by stingrays multiple times. Would you keep going if you got stung by a fucking stingray? She got stung by stingray multiple times. So she started wearing body covers and face masks. And you can see her on camera where her lips are swollen because, she's in the salt water swimming. She's like wrapped, like plastic wrapped inside of this material to keep her protected from getting stung again. And then she would come to the side of the boat and she would feel like she can't do it. There's video of her like on the boat, hanging on, her body's in the water, but her arms are over the boat. And she's just like, and she's pushing through. Right? And then Oprah's like, "How did you do this? How did you do it?" Diana Nyad said, "You find a way." She said, when you get sick, you find another way. You run out of money, find another way. People abandon you, find another way. You lose all your support, find another way. You're exhausted, find another way. You break a limb, find another way. You find another fucking way. Now that has nothing to do with today's topic, but my spirit told me to share that with you. Okay, so you find another way. Because what I'm going to tell you, as a woman, a human, a black woman who has tried again. And I'm a big thinker. I have gone after big things, you guys. Like I have gone after my heart and things have collapsed. When I had good intentions, when I planned as much as I could, when I thought it through, when I thought I was doing right, and shit has fucking fallen apart before me. And I'm looking at it like, what the holy fuck? Guess what? You find another way. Because guess what? People will betray you. People will leave you. People will go with their feelings versus an actual fucking commitment. Find another way. You strengthen your backbone. You strengthen your soul. You strengthen your connection with your self-respect, with God, all that, when you find another way. And it's when it hurts. It's when you want to quit. It's when you're crying night after night after night. It's when it hurts bad that it's critical that you activate that muscle to find another way. Okay? All right. And guess what? As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. As I talk to you, I'm talking to myself. And I've been here many times, and I expect to be here even more. Because guess what, baby? When you got visions that require millions and you're willing to put in the work, the patience, and the keep goingness, even when things don't look right, even when they don't look good, even when the people who you thought were the best partners and the best this quit, and it don't look right, you keep going because you're committed to the long game and you find another way. All right, so today's topic, easy money versus hard money. Easy money versus hard money. So I'm really so over the dominant consciousness about money and how hard it is and people transferring their wealth consciousness onto other people. I saw a post on LinkedIn the other day, and this woman shared inside of a Forbes group that I'm in something about people don't want to, first of all, who are people, right? She was like, people don't want to pay all of this money for some kind of package or something she was talking about. And that's her wealth consciousness. Who are people? Let's get specific. There are, as far as I know, there are plenty of people happily investing thousands and thousands and thousands into their transformation in whatever category that's important to them. This money is easy. What's hard is the drama that we bring to it. So money in and of itself, really take this in. Take this in. If I were to withdraw $100 right now and sit it on a table between you and I would draw it from the ATM, and you and I are sitting at a coffee shop, and I just put that $100 right there on the table. You know what? Let me up the ante. I'm gonna up the ante. Let's say I withdraw $50,000 from the bank, and I put it down cash on the table at the coffee shop between you and I, huh? Just put the money back. With the money on the table right there, that's just money on the table, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just money right there on the table. But then you bring any random person to it, you, me, somebody else, all of their ideas about money suddenly get thrown at the money, right? So whether they believe that $50,000, what I'm gonna do with that? That's nothing. You know, $50,000, oh my God, I've never seen that much money in my life. What are you doing? Someone's gonna come after us. Is that yours? Someone's gonna steal it. Money doesn't grow on trees. So you see this example that I'm giving, that money in and of itself is just an object. What makes it dramatic is the emotions and experience that we bring to it. So easy money versus hard money. So bringing this to the transformation space, and this applies in other industries too, but I'm talking about the transformation space because that's where I cultivated my wealth consciousness, and that's where I have seen financial miracles time and time and time and time again. Because the transformation space is all about, guess what? Transforming. So early in my career in the transformation space, I came with a typical scarcity mindset of you just work really hard, you care about people, be nice, and you'll make big money. I didn't know I thought like that. It's not until I kept not being able to pay my rent and bumping up against walls that I realized, no, Naima, it's not just about going to networking events, speaking on stages all over the city, being nice to people, caring, having a solution. You gotta actually have a wealthy mind. You have to actually have a wealthy being. So when I was in this scarcity-based place, money was so hard to come by. Like, God, it was like, oh, I'm telling you guys, it was like, just the thought of going into that right now is making me want to get off this treadmill. So hopefully you've gotten the point so far. So then, you guys don't know how much I just bumped my head up against the wall. Like, what is going on here? Because most of us who really care, like when we come into this coaching and transformation space, we're not doing it because we don't have nothing else to do. We're not doing it for the money. Like, there's a lot of things to do for the money. Working in the transformation space is not one of those things. No, let me take that back. It's not the place that it's like a person just wakes up like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the transformation space. That is definitely a call to be in the transformation space. What happens is so many of us have such big desires to help people see some kind of change somewhere, right? For me, I remember I didn't even know that the transformation industry existed. Video wasn't even popular in 2011. Like, where did this desire even come from? It's not like I was watching YouTube videos. Like, right now it's popular. Everybody doing it. 2011, this shit wasn't going on. There was no, YouTube sensations like that and going to find mentorship online like that. And, there were a select few, and those are the ones who are like the grandmothers and grandfathers or like the grandchildren of the grandmothers and grandfathers. But my point is, I simply had a desire for me to change and help other people change. When I followed that call, that sensation, that's when I discovered the transformation space. And so what happens is we come into the industry with so much care, so much heart, and we think subconsciously that that's enough. So what we do is we come in with these scarcity thoughts that we don't even realize we have, that we got from our parents, from our pastor, from society, friends, whatever. And so we come into the transformation space with these, what we see as normal. Oh, $100 an hour, or a sliding scale, or whatever. So we end up putting our whole fucking spine and uterus into serving people. We put our whole soul and brain and late nights and everything into trying to change the world with $2 in our bank account. See how hard this is? Hard money versus easy money. Hard money versus easy money. Hard money versus easy money. So then, for those of us who stick around, and usually you only stick around, I'm telling you, you got to have something in you really calling you for you to stick around. Because I know so many people that have quit and are on the verge of quitting, or are playing super small because subconsciously or consciously they're on a fuck it level, and they just sort of do a little bit. So for those of us who stuck around through not being able to pay our rent, through eviction, through all of that, you realize that it's not just having a big heart and caring and wanting to help people and working really hard. That's the hard way. It is critical. This is not hopefully a maybe, I'll get to it later. It's absolutely critical for you to transform deeply, permanently, transform your relationship with money so that you are good with both giving and receiving, financially and otherwise. And so my experience has been the very first time. Now, I told the story a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, I can't remember, about the first time I got a $50,000, actually it was $65,000. My goal was $50,000 in a month. And I go to this level because it was the evidence. Like, I knew inside, but I wanted that external evidence. It was the first time I had evidence of how to harness, of how to bend the universe in your favor, how to stay consistent and focused, how to command big money, and evidence of the work that I'd done on my mind proving itself in the external world. And the way, so that's why you should go back and watch, was it yesterday's show? It's either yesterday or the day before, so go look at it. So either yesterday, which is Wednesday, or the day before, which is Tuesday. So what's today, the 17th? So either the 16th or the 15th, January. Go look at those shows. I talked about the story. The ease at which that money came in. The ease at which she first came in before she even became a $65,000 client. She found me on Facebook, just scrolling. When I asked her how she found me, she said she just found me rolling, people clicking through Facebook. She found me. And at the time, I was focusing on helping women heal sexual trauma. And I did this 4-part free series. And I remember doing that series, and people showed up, but nobody was engaging with me. I remember being so upset. Gosh, this is for you. I want to engage with you, and nobody's engaging. I remember being so upset. And she was one of the people who was on the training, but wasn't engaging. And she sent me an email saying, Naima, I was there. It's just, what you're talking about is so, like, whoa. Because I would talk in great detail and nuance about sexual trauma, my experience with sexual trauma, the way it affected my body, the way it affected my mind, my confidence, my self-esteem. And she was like, I was just so, struck by the level of transparency that you spoke about this. I just didn't know how to speak. That's what she told me when she contacted me. So she emailed me, and I said to her in an email, now keep in mind, at this point, I had $10,000 clients, but not consistently. And I emailed her back. I said, because she said, I want to work with you, or could you please send me the replay? Because I was sending everybody the replays, and I think either she didn't get the replay or something happened. And she was like, somehow I missed the replay. Can you send it to me? And I would love to work with you. And I responded to her. I said, you should know that the starting fee for us working together, I told her, I said, the starting fee for us working together is $10,000. And she said, okay. So we got on the phone. She paid $5,000 that day, $5,000 the next day. That was easy money. Easy $10,000. Easy. When I say easy, there was no working hard. I did an audio virtual training where anybody from the world could tune in. And keep in mind, I've been doing this wealth consciousness thing for years. It's going to take you time, and it is worth it. Don't you want to get to 1 year, 2 year, 3 years from now, and you're able to command $50,000, whatever the number is, whatever. Even if 10,000 is cool for you, that's cool. Don't you want to do the work so a year from now, 2, 3 years from now, like somebody can sit 50,000 in front of you and it doesn't move you one way or the other? So then, when it came time for her to be done with that package, and I offered the $65,000 package, I said, here it is, and this is what it costs. She said, okay, deposited half right then and there, and then paid the balance the next day. That's easy money. This is why wealth consciousness must be a part of your curriculum and your training. That's why you must be listen, royalty is not for everybody. It's not. Royalty is for those of you who know that you're, and I use the word superior, and I know American culture is all, mind fucked because of how superior is positioned in the culture. But what I mean superior is like, you come from something magnificent. You don't hope, you're not trying to build up your confidence and self-esteem. You know this on a blood level because you just know. Or perhaps information was transferred through you orally from stories in your family. And so royalty is for those of us who are truly ready to take our places. It's not trying to be cute and because you want to travel to Europe, even though that's nice, right? But this is serious work. This is restoring the power of blackness, okay? And so if you are about really stepping into big numbers and knowing that your vision is going to cost millions, it's just what it is. And it's going to take some time for some of you. Some of you are ready now. Some of you is just going to take some time. And I know that because I've been on the path for a while. And I was not, I knew, even if a memory on Facebook came up, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm not going to let my videos get to over 30 minutes anymore. Just because, I could go on forever. So if you want to talk to me about royalty, year-long program, all about attaining full sovereignty, where you're influenced by your own influence and not everybody else's, only to the degree to which you allow, right? Catch the nuance in that, right? You got to be of the mind to even catch that. Email me. My email is with this video. Be generous. Share this video out. This is powerful stuff. If you go and look at my show, I'm here every weekday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Paris time. You listen. These are powerful, powerful shows. Be generous and share this out. Share this out. I would love that. And the people who find value here as a result of you sharing will love it too. So I'm grateful for my workout today. Grateful to be here with you. And I'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's subject is, and I'm doing this tomorrow because last week I accidentally deleted it. It's called Activating Suppressed Joy for Supernatural Growth. I'm going to share a story with you about, I remember when I invested $1,000 to go to an event and how this shit opened up my world. And I went through a descent, which was so valuable for me. And then it really catapulted me into public power. And I'm telling you, people underestimate the power of joy and its correlation with your ability to be out in the world, to have more of that which is good, and to give